Hi, Paul Kennedy here. Thanks for joining me once again for Hymn of the Week. And this week we are actually going to be doing Hymn Composer of the Week. And our composer is none other than the infamous David Haas. David Haas, for those who don't know, is one of the most prominent names in contemporary Catholic music. There are, by my count, 85 different pieces of music just in our Gather hymnal written by David Haas. His best known pieces include "Blessed are they the poor in spirit," and "We are called to act with justice." And pay attention to this one because it's going to come back to haunt us. "Do not be afraid, I am with you. I love you and you are mine." Now, what's the deal with David Haas? Back in 2020, approximately 50 women came forward individually and accused David Haas of a wide variety of sexual improprieties, essentially of being a sexual predator. The accusations include forced kissing, forced groping, forced other acts, which I'm not going to detail here. I will include down in the description a link to a complete report. And he would also threaten the careers of these women as liturgical musicians if they either came forward or resisted him. Now, a very large part of this story is the fact that for many, many years, David Haas ran a summer music camp in the Twin Cities area for liturgical musicians. And he would use this as a platform for essentially grooming young women. He seemed to have a great ability to particularly target vulnerable young women with a history of depression, anxiety, body image issues, or sexual abuse. And he would develop mentor relationships with these women and then later expect sexual favors. At this summer music camp, there were several reports from women that at the end of the summer music camp, he would give a concert and he would apparently pick out a woman in the audience, look her straight in the eye as he sang, "I love you and you are mine." How creepy is that? So David Haas, as a result of this, has been dropped by essentially every music publisher in the world. In addition, his music has been banned in several United States dioceses, not, however, including Milwaukee. Apparently, Milwaukee is leaving that decision up to each individual pastor and music director. My policy from the beginning has been to not program David Haas's music at all at weekend masses. There have been 2 or 3 instances where a family planning a funeral has requested one of his songs, and so far I have made exceptions in those cases because families planning a funeral, they don't know anything about David Haas. Now, you might protest that we're all sinners and we should forgive the sinner, and besides, can't we separate the sinful man from his music? I understand those arguments, but my reasons are basically 2. Number 1, David Haas receives royalty money whenever we use his music at Mass. It's not a lot of money, but it's the principle that counts. The bigger reason is that I just feel it would be a major slap in the face, not just to his 50 or so victims, but to all women everywhere who have ever suffered sexual harassment or sexual abuse, to use the music of a sexual predator in church. And if you say, well, they're such nice songs, well, number 1, that's a matter of opinion, and number 2, our hymnal has almost 1,000 pieces of music in it. We can find other music to fill the gaps. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm Paul Kennedy, and thank you for joining me for this rather depressing edition of Hymn of the Week.